Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP the Outlaw, here to give you my review of Monday Night Raw, April the 30th, 2018. Now, I've been watching this product for damn near my whole life, so I just have to say it. I love a lot of things they do. I hate the things that they do to get people over. And what I mean by that, the Roman plan or the plan Roman. Okay, it's just like you ever go to heard anybody had to go to Planned Parenthood? That plan is who plans to have a parent and who plans to have a kid in the hood. So, Kanye line for all you guys that listen to Kanye. Just to go over this, okay, I am lost on where the fuck, what the fuck, and how the fuck. What are you doing with Roman Reigns? He is not over. It's time to. He just dropped the ball multiple times. But like I said, I'm trying to give you a review in probably under 8 minutes. That's been a normal program. But this is irking me because now you had people in different countries, Quebec, okay, Montreal, Quebec, and then you have Saudi Arabia, where Roman Reigns didn't get this magical fan pop that everybody thought they was going to get. I will not do a review for the greatest Royal Rumble. Everybody has, I won't. That time is behind us. Don't worry about it. I will be doing a review for Backlash because that's a part of the regular calendar year. It makes sense. Moving on. They open the show with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns talking about how he lost to Brock Lesnar on a technicality, which we all know if you land outside the ring or fall through the ring, who's ever first hit the ground inside the ladder match, that is the guy who wins the ladder match. So in my mind, he lost fair and square. And I don't know what Roman fan I will run into that will tell me that is not the rules of the ladder match. I've literally called everyone that I know. I know 2 Roman Reigns fans. One of them is a damn near 6-year-old, mentally 6, but that motherfucker even knew. So come on. He cuts a lackluster promo while the crowd is swarming him with boos behind him. Samoa Joe pops on the screen. The crowd is on fire for Joe. On fire. The difference between everybody that you have going up against Roman is that they are in the heel role. If you turn Roman heel and switch everybody else, you don't even have to turn everybody. Just make Roman a beautiful tweener. You're rooting for him to lose every fucking time. And 9 times out of 10, lately, yes, he has lost. Without a doubt. But in the same sense, we still had an Intercontinental Championship reign. We still had a Tag Team Championship reign, I think it was last year. I'm not sure. But Roman's still getting his titles. That's all I got to say to that. So, moving past that, after Samoa Joe's fantastic promo, out comes Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is challenging Roman as well. Then comes Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which they're in their hometown. So, of course, they say, I believe they were speaking French. They say what they had to say in French, speak to their home fans. And, again, I would have went gauntlet match. Look, all you guys want Roman Reigns? Roman, how about a gauntlet match? You feel like you're being up to the task even though you just got your ass whooped about last Friday by Brock Lesnar in a steel cage? I'm just saying. Or throw Braun in there if you want to throw Braun in there. But don't have Braun after everything Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns have been through. Brock Lesnar and Braun, Roman Reigns and Braun has been through. Braun Strowman. Don't have Braun come out and help him. Don't have Braun come out and save Roman Reigns. Especially if you're already pushing the objective of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is pushing the Roman Reigns objective. That's when you have Seth Rollins come out and help out Roman Reigns. But that's how I would have did. Because, again, they are still Shield brothers. It makes more liable sense for these guys to come out and help him. Versus 2 guys that you're barely using and one guy is over as fuck that you just don't use. That's Braun Strowman. The other guy just came back. He's 40 years old. Bobby Lashley. And you're not letting him talk. I don't know what the fuck it is with Bobby Lashley talking and picking up a mic. But I have an idea. Because back in the day, he used to sound like one of them guys that inhaled helium. You ever meet a guy that inhaled helium and his voice is all high pitched? So that's how he sounds on a regular day to day. I can understand why you don't want him touching the mic. That gets turned into so everybody comes out. You got Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman coming out. They come out, rough the guys up a little bit. They go into a back. Later in the night, it'd be made into a 6-man tag team match. And already, I've seen these guys in every combination. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Then I see him next week in another tag team match where you add Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. I'm not intrigued. I don't even want to watch this shit after you add Jinder Mahal, fucking god awful, Roman Reigns. Come on. But again, I'm just saying, if this was the main event, you can miss me with this shit. That's all I'm saying. Bobby Roode and Elias in a great match, which I didn't think would be as good as it was, but it was pretty good. It ends on a disqualification. The story that was told here is the neck that Bobby Lashley was on the turnbuckle. Elias runs him into the exposed steel on the outside of the apron. That makes him grab his neck. I'm hurting, blah, blah, blah. This is the story that they're telling. They cancel the match in perfect heel form. Elias goes, grabs the mic, and say, your winner is Elias. And walks out. That's the end of that. Authors of Pain is being challenged by local jobbers. I have no idea who these guys' names are. I never get the jobber names. Never will, never had. He was confronted by local jobbers, and that was pretty much the end of that. Okay? You have Seth Rollins in the ring with Finn Balor, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel. Now, this starts off as a glorified plan Roman. Okay? Now, if your plan is to push Roman, you do not have a Seth Rollins come out and say how much they're missing the Universal Championship. Because that's basically what you're saying. Because the Universal Championship has now been shot up to a certain status. If you understand what I mean by that. You know, it's not like you guys have a Universal Championship and you can have it be defended on multiple nights. This is why the Intercontinental title was moved up into that position. This is why they wanted the Cruiserweights to be a part of Monday Night Raw. Now with the stacked roster that they have, you're going to still need another title. I don't think that the Cruiserweight title was the perfect way to go with it. But you can't have all these guys, especially not your mid-card guys. I'm talking about your main eventers. You can't have your main eventers going for the Intercontinental title. Like, I look at Seth Rollins as a main eventer. You know, this is something for him to do, but he should be in the main event. And I feel a certain type of way when you know that the WWE have booked the Universal Championship not to be on Raw. Not to be on any of their Raw events. For real. I mean, yeah, there's appearance dates, but for the most part, long as Brock Lesnar has the strap, you won't see the Universal Championship. The shit is 2 years old and it has only had 4 people hold the Universal Championship. My thing with them now questioning how they are going to eclipse the CM Punk championship reign of the WWE title, which is beyond me because that shouldn't even be in question. 2 different titles. You know, I wouldn't count Bruno Sammartino's record right now in modern day and compared to anybody that you know hasn't had it longer than 7 years. Right. Just saying. So Seth Rollins is pushing the agenda of Roman. I'm not with it because before all this, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor had got a fantastic pop from the Quebec fans, Montreal, Quebec. So I don't understand why we have to still push the agenda when these guys are smoking hot and should be in your main event. Truly Finn Balor, truly Seth Rollins should be in the main event. If not, you should be able to make space to bring them into the main event. Furthermore, what is going on with the Miz Taraj? Why are they still the Miz Taraj? WWE acts as if though they had no in-ring music, no personalities before the Miz. It's just all Miz is doing. And that shows me the worth that they have behind the Miz Taraj, because that's how they still see him, as the Miz Taraj. I told you what to do with these two guys. Stick them with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn pick up some wins. Give Sami Zayn the Intercontinental Championship. He should be your next champion after freaking Seth Rollins. Because I'm already tired of Finn Balor, but we'll get to that later. I'm only tired of him because you milked it, and I'll explain why. Backstage with Titus O'Neil and Baron Corbin. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get there, Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riot. Ruby Riot's best match on the main roster to date. And she's went up against the Queen Charlotte. She's went up against Asuka, but Asuka was on. They both were on NXT, but this is her her biggest match on the main roster, hands down. You go back to any other match and say it was better than this one, you're a fucking lie. Moving on. Of course, Ruby Riot picks up the win there. Authors of Pain pick up their win, and Elias picks up his win against Bobby Roode. So far in, we got 3 matches. That's all that happens. You have Titus O'Neil in a backstage interview with Renee Young. In comes Baron Corbin and says, look, man, that's how you make your money. That's not how I make my money. I don't make a fool out of myself. I thought it was great TV. I thought it was fantastic. Because one thing I will say about Titus, even though what happened was hilarious, hands down, when I seen it, you guys know, I'm a big avid fan. I watch damn near whatever they put on the WWE network. I'm paying for the shit. So, if that's the case, I'm a big Titus fan. Not Titus fan. A big WWE fan. I will watch what you put out there. That right there, he should have lost his job. Because there's no fucking way you're running down the ramp and you keep tripping. This isn't the first time. You did this when you was in NXT. And this is when it was still a fucking game show. Just making my points here. Beautiful package, promo package from Matt and Bray. Matt and Bray shit. You know how that shit goes. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Again, I've already frustrated on why are we seeing so many tag team matches from particularly Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman. It makes no sense. I would rather them go one-on-one with Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman because, of course, Braun needs that rub from Bobby. Of course, I would go Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins in the main event. I think that would be a better show. They should start working their way towards the Intercontinental Championship. Because again, I think Sami Zayn should be Intercontinental Champion. You can't give him that title. There's nothing left for Kevin Owens to grasp or grab. Giving Kevin Owens the Intercontinental Championship does nothing for Kevin Owens. Even though I wouldn't mind seeing him with an Intercontinental title run. He's great on the mic. He's his own personality. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, great match here. Of course, Team Roman picks up the win. The only thing that makes it great was Braun. Braun really stood out. He did the same thing that he did last week to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And like I said, it gets formulaic when you see it week to week. Braun, going on into the next match, which was Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose. Of course, Baron Corbin pulls off his Neville-like promo, which I think, Baron Corbin saying nobody's on his level. He's out here, he's punching cats' mouths in, while Titus O'Neil can't even walk with 2 feet. Right. Like, he has 2 feet, but he can't walk. So, of course, Titus comes out with the distraction. No Way Jose picks up the win. Nothing really to report here. Mickie James versus Natalya. Automatically, I'm thinking Ronda Rousey got to come out, protect Natalya, look tough. And as she's doing this, I'm like, they have literally within maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks made Ronda Rousey literally oblivious. She's nothing. When she was being booked with Stephanie McMahon, yeah, it has its ups and downs, but at least she looked at like an animal, like a beast. You get here, so you're chasing off Alexa Bliss. This is what you're doing with Ronda Rousey. Before Ronda Rousey got there, Natalya could not hold her own against a Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. And you still got Nikki Jackson in the background? Come on. Come on. I'm just saying. It doesn't, you know. And kudos to the WWE because that did not take long. Same thing with Asuka. Same thing with Asuka. You get Asuka within a week and you turn her into nothing. That's all I'm saying. Of course, one of the best segments of Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler comes out, cuts a fantastic video package promo about how, again, we're not coming to steal the show. We're coming to take the show, you know. And I love it, you know. From what we got from Drew McIntyre last week, of course, he adds on this week and say, when I speak, you listen. Because it sounds for real. It's genuine. And when I tell you that I'm putting the whole locker room on notice, it's a real thing. I believe him. And again, this is what a true master of his craft as far as a WWE talent like a Drew McIntyre can give you. If booked right, he left the WWE just to come back and get better. I wouldn't suggest the same thing for Roman Reigns. I would not suggest the same thing for like a Jinder Mahal, even though I think he would benefit from it. And I think Jinder Mahal did get fired and came back. But again, you know, you seen Drew McIntyre on Impact. You seen Drew McIntyre on WCPW when that was a thing. Rock Culture's wrestling. You know, I'm just saying he was all over the place. He come back to Monday Night Raw, and he's guaranteed like a type guy. He's one of the last segments before the main event where he should be. That's all I'm saying. You still have this guy floating around with the IC title on Seth Rollins. You can't tell me Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins could not put on a great performance? Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's not cool. Okay. But yeah, a fantastic match from Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I did not like the finish that happened on what is that? The World's Greatest Rumble. I didn't like that finish because I thought they could have did more within the match. As far as ladder matches go, it was a basic match. Nothing really happened in that ladder match except for the end. So you could have did more, you know. Not when NXT got motherfuckers doing what is that? Moonsaults and super kick parties in the middle of their matches. No. Yeah, you know, the WWE is supposed to give you something way better than what their under promotion. This is the development promotion gives them. So, you know, that's my opinion. Finn Balor, of course, takes the L here. Seth Rollins is still your Intercontinental Champion after a great match. I think he ends it with a curb stomp. And this here is your Monday Night Raw review, okay? The best way I can put this, you guys, is that nothing really happened here. If I had to give this show any type of rating, 1 out of 5, this one would definitely get a 2. Definitely get a 2 outside of what we got from Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins, and that beautiful package from Samoa Joe. The women's match, that was fantastic. That was pretty much it. You guys. 3 hours worth of nothing. So, you know, I will be back later today with a review for SmackDown Live. Also, news this week, you guys. I'm going to be doing the news clips. Everybody got at me that's on Wrestling Amino. Why you stop doing the news clips? I'm going to do the news clips. Thank you. Special shout out. Check me out on Twitter. JP Outlaw. Just look it up. I'm right there. Don't become a fan. Become a subscriber. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe on to the channel, JP Outlaw Labcast. We are still working on the JP universe. You know, I want to move certain people, certain places. You dig what I'm saying? So I got to get that together. Also, check us out on JP Wrestling Amino. We are now past 950. So we're getting one step closer to 1,000 followers. And, you know, we started this not too long ago. It took us a while to get here, and I'm happy that we have 1,000 followers on some type of platform. That makes me proud, makes me happy, and do what I do, you know. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. I am JP the Outlaw. This review wasn't supposed to be that long. Peace, I'm out.